no, I don't. You'll be playing the winner of Illusion.
Hey, how many you got to get through?
You get one to go, and then good one tonight. Four matches tonight. Again.
Oh, so how many you got to get through? Oh, so we'll get through two to get through. Back at 8 o'clock?
No, 9:30. 9:30 in the morning. But you be back at 8. Sorry, 9. Be back at 8. Be back at 8 tonight. 8 tonight.
So 8 tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to round 4 loser side. Joining me is the priest himself.
The Reverend.
The Reverend Temujin Dixon, who just rolled me 8-5 in the winner's side. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, thanks.
Don't know why I'm calling you buddy.
Yeah, actually looking forward to this match, particularly Steve and James. May have room in with Steve, but I've got James in the Calcutta, so it's a bit of a 50-50 toss-up. So
Don't lie, you're going for Jimmy all the way.
As long as Steve doesn't watch this back, then yeah. No, in all seriousness, with this match, maybe not many people would have heard of Steve as opposed to James with his snooker background. But he is capable of getting a result here. I think he needs to play particularly tight in this match. And the tighter the balls go, the more chance that he is.
Talking about Steve, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think James is a very dangerous player, but he is primarily a snooker player, so I would say his tactical game is probably lacking purely because he just doesn't play it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Don't get me wrong, it's not Steve's first choice of style of game, but it might be something to take into consideration.
I think the first few frames are going to tell a bit of a story. Like if Jimmy starts running a few racks from difficult situations such as this is a tough out on the Reds, but if he nails this out, for example, Steve's like, well, okay, I've got to probably start shutting frames down.
Yeah.
And Mick Hodgetts and Paul Pike is a pretty interesting match too, because like, as we spoke about last night, Pike is a bit of an enigma. He can fire up when he wants to, or he can play like a complete crab sometimes too. So I don't know if he's been on the Long Island iced teas today.
Seems
looks in pretty good shape.
A lot more coherent than yesterday.
Oh no, he's got one next to him actually. He's got the old Long Island next to him. So he did have a couple with me earlier, and he did dip out after the second one.
Ah, okay. We'll get into more of the business end of the tournament now. You're not really going to get too many bad matches.
Jimmy's
looking
played
around the
as
room.
well. He just plays us off the yellow, like just a guarantee. Just overcut it. No, he's played it
just
clean.
tease it in.
So all ready for me if he gets this out, because this has actually been a very good out.
Yeah, it's been clinical.
And the worst part is he hasn't actually looked like missing.
Well, this is exactly why I thought he was such a bargain in the Calcutta. I just think if the balls are there, I expect him to get them most times.
Yeah, look how quick he's playing too. Like I know James is going fairly well because I've actually played in a couple of national championships with him. He's not this quick normally, so he's feeling good.
You reckon he's just freewheeling and seeing where he ends up?
Absolutely. I think early on he's just going, you know what, I'll take him on, get him. I already think that if Steve doesn't see that there's a bit of an issue already, I think that was a very tough out.
Yeah, it was. He
played a couple of really good balls
never
on
looked in any
cushions.
danger, did he?
I do think these tables downstairs that we've actually got the streams on are a bit more generous than the ones upstairs. They're a different cut. They're a little bit more generous. But the beds aren't as quick. The beds upstairs are extremely fast, but the pocket cut is slightly tighter. So
it just makes it that much harder to play on because your white's not as tight, which is forcing you to play a harder pot. Obviously, you like a fast table, but if you've got a looser white and the pockets aren't as forgiving, then obviously there's going to be a lot higher standard on the tables downstairs.
Yeah, agree completely. Because what happens is when the tables are a bit slow, but your pocket's a bit open, once you adjust, you just start punching stuff more.
Yep.
And this bloke on screen here playing Pike and Mick Hodgetts, I made comment last night. He's not actually at the top of his game like he used to be. In my opinion, he was actually one of the best players in Australia at one point when he was at his prime.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
But he's still very dangerous.
One of the first guys to sort of take it to an attacking level.
He did. He revolutionised. He was one of the guys like with Daryl Jenkins and that revolutionised the game a little bit, where he played a more attacking style of game. You had guys like Jack Halligan back then, Ben Vidot, and probably if you're newer to the game within. I'm talking 20 years ago, 15 to 20 years ago. These guys were doing things that weren't the norm. They were taking balls on, they were playing extractions on balls off rails. People just see it these days and they just expect it. Also, the pockets were much tighter back then as well.
Oh, okay. It's the worst possible.
This shot right here, if he punches this in, actually, you know why? He's queuing really nice.
And this is the thing. That's why I thought he's so dangerous, because he's not really going to be that interested in in terms of the prestige or the pressure aspect because of the things he's won in snooker.
Yeah.
This is more as a mess around for him when it's a secondary game that you play.
You're right. He's probably just rocked up for something to do.
I thought, it's a good paycheck if you do have a good run.
Wasn't a great shot just played there, but
he's probably got to go twice across now and leave himself on right middle.
Yeah, agree. He's found the yellows, but he's still okay. Well, he's going to be a little hampered here.
I think you play the middle just so you're not hampered and swing the white.
I think he'll play the corner. You think? Oh, mind you, it looks really thin
cut
on the
middle,
screen.
cut the middle and swing off. Oh, but then you bring in the yellows that is near to into play.
I think it looks thinner. I think it's thinner than it looks. It looks thinner on screen. Maybe it's not as thin, but I think this is the better shot. He's got worse. Oh, okay, you're right, Tim. Doesn't like the queuing.
Nice.
Played it well. Even if he misses that, he still clears it and lands on it. So pretty well calculated. But he's got a bit of a transitional issue. Where he's probably going to have to just take his medicine and just play a long half ball black. Yeah.
Because he's going to be leaving a thin cutback on this red, assuming that he's playing it into the middle.
He might play it long. Yeah, I actually understand why he's done that. Obviously, you can see on
that's the
screen
frame
now.
shot then, as opposed to a tricky black.
Yeah, he can get neat on the black now. And being a snooker player as well, that's basically black off the spot.
Yeah.
Given the size table difference. Oh, wow, he actually shanked that.
He just hit that
Surprising.
straight into the near jaw. And these are the ones that Steve's got to punish.
Oh,
if he wants to win this match, he has to take every one of these chances.
And to be fair, this is a fairly basic out.
Yep.
There's no obstructions. The balls are all open. The only thing that can make you chop this out up is worrying about missing.
I think the two at the top's the only.
Oh, wow, he's gone to snooker.
I know I said he needed to tighten up, but I meant when there was 14 balls on a table, not when.
Yeah, well, wait, he can actually play two cushions here and get a snooker back.
Yeah.
So this is, I don't like that shot.
Even if he doesn't get the snooker, you're in a such more worse position afterwards.
Oh, he's missed it.
2 shots.
Well, he'll be feeling a bit better now, but I can't believe he missed that, especially as a snooker player.
See there, just in the background, you've got Rob Bowen playing Justin, which is another tough game to call.
I think Justin's settled down a little bit now.
Tough game.
He was very out of sorts earlier today. He was getting angry and punching, like wanting to punch the crap out of the table and being very, I guess, uncharacteristic of, one of the big favourites of the tournament. He looked tired too. I don't know what he's been doing.
Yeah, even then, normally Justin's one of them that's very upright and alert of what's going on. He's just sort of slumped against the wall.
Yeah, I don't know what maybe he's been working a lot, or I know he's been doing a lot of 9-ball, a lot of travel.
Yeah.
Maybe the jet lag's getting to him. I don't know what's going on with him. I haven't followed him that closely, of course, but good shot there from Pikey too. Very important here for Steve to clear this yellow that he's close to on the right side and then open up one pocket to the other.
Yeah.
Still a bit of work to do here.
Do you reckon it must do where he's pointing his cue if that yellow goes underneath the other one, so there's no issues whatsoever?
You reckon it does?
How he was placing his cue then?
I think he was just looking at the angle on the left side one.
Or that he needs to get back across. And Rob Bowen must have got those to go 1-0 up.
So, me personally, I would have probably played that with left-hand side to try and get straight on this yellow. Yeah. Because if he's not straight on this, he's going into the yellow, then he can create problems for himself.
Oh, the outside one does go.
Oh, it does go.
He's playing it now, yeah.
Okay, well, this out wasn't difficult at all. And once again, another key shot. Just for the transition to the bottom ball. You don't want to land awkward on this middle ball. Played it well. Probably a little shorter pace, actually.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you don't quit on this. And then also you don't want to get too much into it and go behind the black.
Yeah, I agree. They played it beautifully.
That's a good shot there by Mick to leave the yellow there and leave himself a big bag.
Oh, he's all right. Should done. I'm actually just wondering, do you think he was trying to do that, Mick, or?
Oh, it's sort of a free go, I suppose. If you catch the inside of the red, then you're only promoting it to the middle anyway and you're still on the other one.
Does pot clean too, Mick. Jeez, he quit on that. I'm surprised he got that far because he really did let up on that. Should look at Mick Hodgetts when he was down on that shot, and you look down the line. Everything was very, very straight.
Okay,
the elbow wasn't sticking out, wasn't coming in. It's actually really straight. The elbow is sort of outside his line, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't, in line with his body.
Yeah.
But everything was straight, and that's really important.
See, I know you're a student of Q actions. It's not really something
It's.
that I really take much notice
I
of.
can see them when I'm watching.
Yeah.
I can't correct them for people. Like, you need someone like Brett or whoever else is a coach, I've spouted on about Brett a little bit over the time on streams, and that's just because he really is very knowledgeable. Like, he's actually spent 5 minutes on me and made my queuing action turn into a genius. Just by small little movements, nothing big.
He's spoken to me before about slight adjustment in hips and all sorts, and a lot of people have sort of got to, if they want to take that in board, you've sort of got to, almost feels like take a step backwards to go forward sometimes, or feeling uncomfortable in something new.
I agree.
I think he was trying to screw into the red next to the black there, and it's not come out good
I think
for
he
him.
needs to pull up.
Yeah, just cover the pocket.
Yeah, he's recognised it quickly.
Yeah.
Played it well. I'll tell you what, Poggy's got a fair beard going on now, hasn't he? He's got the full facial cover. Just looking very Game of Thrones-like with, what's his name?
Wildly.
He's got a bit of Ranger going on there in the beard, so he's looking very...
Halliday's just saying there.
Scott Basil's love child. That's a bit rough. I think he might have to eat a few more pies. But I think he's got a bit of that. What's that Redditor dude's name in Game of Thrones? Tormund Stormbane, or whatever his name is?
Giants Bane.
Giants Bane, that's the one. He's got a bit of that going on.
What's Steve lining up here?
Well, I'm actually pretty surprised Jimmy's popped the red over the hole. It's not a shot I expected him to play, but it's the right shot.
Too sure. Steve's looking at it.
Oh, Pikey plays full load-ups and lands nowhere good.
Perfect.
You reckon it's all right in the middle?
Screw into the middle, land on the bottom cushion.
He plays a plain ball. No, he's played. Oh, he just jabbed that. 1-1.
Well,
Oh, they're using pull stat. Well, Steve's actually had the added pressure as well of knowing that we were just going to absolutely towel him up with the verbal.
yeah, that's right.
We've been pretty kind to him so far.
There's still time.
There's still plenty of time. Mickey won't be happy
See,
with that shot.
you look at this shot now that James has got, and this is 5 times harder than the last ball that he's missed in the frame before to take a 2-0 lead. So I actually think he'll cue this one nice.
Wow,
Oh.
he's overcut it again. No, actually, the other one hit
Yeah,
into the
he hit
rail,
straight
so he's
into the
actually
near jaw.
overcompensated.
Still favourite here though. That red's really not accessible. Even if you leave the angle here to go into it, you're only pushing it into traffic.
Oh, I think if you get into it enough, though, like if you catch it full, it'll push off the yellow and head up the table a little bit.
Oh,
You know what I mean? If you catch
Yeah.
it full and it flicks off the yellow, it'll clear the other yellow towards like heading towards the black. So I don't think it's too bad, but it's easy to really sit here and say, oh yeah, just catch it at this angle. But it's
arc around
tough
the
to
yellow,
do.
catch it full ball.
Yeah, it's tough to do. He might
Actually
be going
prefer
into
this
it
way,
now,
yeah,
is he?
that's a better way to go. Oh, he's been very
Oh, that's
unlucky.
a disaster. That's really stiff, actually.
Can't believe he's not seen that, to be fair. He's within earshot there, guys.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
absolutely. He didn't flinch either, did he? He just picks up his CC can, has a swig, and says, "I'll just wait and see what happens." I guess on the flip side, he's probably got a half decent result with the white. Oh, he's found the middle pocket, has he? No, he's all right. And I'm still going to maintain my comment when I first met James Mifsud many years ago that he does look like Rowan Atkinson.
That's a fair call.
He is Mr. Bean Part 2.
Oh, it's a nice little rub there. Catches that full ball, he's probably on nothing.
Yeah, he goes game now.
This, I don't think that's ideal.
Yeah, we'd like to have been a little straighter so we can just,
Yeah, just
drop
wanna-
it in and float up. It's actually a bit poor, that, because he got down on it quick.
It's actually really tricky. Because even if you get low on the yellow into the corner, the reds then play massive to go up for your last ball.
I think he goes after the top one now, but just lands sort of short of the balk line. And then comes
plays-
back down for the
Play
middle.
two cushion
Yeah.
along the line of the shot. Well, he's actually played that really well, so he's thin enough to avoid the red and the middle pocket.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
Just hit two cushions.
Probably would have liked like maybe an inch more to be absolutely perfect.
We'd all like an inch more, mate.
There you go. It's just stuck. I think that extra inch would have helped. And I mean that from an 8-ball point of view.
Steve puffs his cheeks out there, whereas probably should have the mentality of being very relieved to get back to the table.
Oh, absolutely. Buzzing you back to the table.
You-
He's got nothing,
You're,
but
you're probably potting this and coming two cushions to cannon the red to hold the white.
it's a tough shot, but you're right. Don't have a lot of choice. I think the angle, it's pretty tough to hit it.
Oh.
What's he doing here?
I like the shot I've mentioned as well because you're playing it with left hand side to help the pot and throw it wide to come to rails.
Can you tell me what he's doing here?
He must reckon it goes off the near jaw.
No
under
way.
the- this
He's actually trying to play a snooker. That's not a bad shot. Although it's a killer though to himself.
It just gives James all the time in the world. I wouldn't even pot this yellow. I just double the other yellow over the other corner
Yeah.
pocket.
Right, I wouldn't even do that. I'd just bump it. And use the black as a snooker ball, and I'd just
Snooker
bring
him
it
on the red that he should have gone
just
for.
Bring it snooker. Yeah, just bring it centre table. Oh, he's on it.
I still wouldn't play it.
Oh, actually, you can actually see.
Oh yeah. the
You
red
can see at the table right here. He's actually on it clean, so he can actually screw back. He's fine. Oh wow, I can't believe he played it like that. Why didn't you screw off that? That's crazy.
may have overpaid in the Calcutta.
I don't understand why he hasn't screwed off that. He was on it clean.
I still wouldn't have risked it at all. I just, like you say, played your shot, bump it
Yeah,
out to the
I
spot.
may not have as well. There was a lot of traffic to pull out from there. Pikey's going to get it on the board, maybe. Oh,
Oh, what a shot.
good effort. That does apply a lot of pressure to this pot.
And especially when you know that your opponent's a very good snooker player. Like, a lot of times you can find comfort in distance in these sort of shots or nothings. Whereas I guarantee you that most players will be nervous about leaving James that shot.
Well, actually, a good example. I do remember playing you, and I asked the question of you on the long pot.
Yeah.
Remember, I landed two straight on the ball in a row, and I asked the question. I said, "You need to pot this, or you lose the frame." And you pot it dead weight, hit it perfect.
Yeah. And then butchered the next one.
Actually, you did too. You chopped up. Pikey goes bang.
Steve might have had a great result there. Yeah, total called.
Well, what a result.
Steve's saying no, but he will probably have double vision.
We'll have double vision, you reckon? So, I'm going to need a runner. And I see Rob Bowen's gone back to his normal self and decided to wear weird T-shirts. I'm not understanding him. I have to believe that he has two partners in life. One that buys his clothes and his missus. Maybe Chuka buys his clothes. I'm not working it out.
Oh, he's gone close again.
What a sick shot.
This is going to be stiff.
Oh, I don't think he's on it. No, he is on it. He's a chance.
Steve's clapping, so he's on the...
He's clapping with discontent. And he's missed it. But how's the white ball go?
Oh, that's horrible.
Hey, I'm
could
still
have
happy.
been worse. It
I'm
could have
still
been
happy.
worse.
I get a shot.
Oh, and if he...
Jeez, if I'm Steve,
he can actually cue this.
He's straight down though. I walk around the other end of the table, just recompose. No, doesn't matter. He's played it well.
Nice.
But I don't know. I felt he just got down on that bit quick. But even this isn't amazing, but should still just be able to drop it in and play the middle ball. Doesn't have to do anything really. Yeah, I know you look at me and go, but that's fine.
Oh, I was more on about the pot than where he is for the next one. It looked like it...
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
like
I thought it was always going there the way he played it. Jeez, he actually moved a bit on
a
that.
bit of hip flick on that
Yeah.
one there. You wouldn't see it on camera. That's 2-1 to Mr. Halliday.
So, the Halliday gets the lead 2-1.
And I believe it's his break now.
Rob Bowen is 2-0 up on Justin Sage, just FYI.
And his favourite in this frame is Justin's got one ball on the table.
Tournament favourite, one would say, leading into it. Maybe him or Jake or whatever, but... And while there's a bit of a lull, big shout out to both our missuses. They're both watching, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know Rio is. She's ordering a Mexican.
Colby's probably stopped watching. She's like, you're crap, you didn't win. What are you doing losing?
That's a great break there from Steve. You can't ask for any better than that. If he doesn't get these, then he will be disgusted in himself.
Oh, that's bad. That was such a simple out. They were what you call tap-ins, mate.
Yeah, there's no need to really belt that, because you just
Ah,
soft screw back and play for the other one anyway.
Don't even know why you call me tap-ins anymore. I don't even know how it started. I can't even remember.
What it was is you beat Robbo, I think 3 or 4-0 in a bar 850 a man comp, and you've come up and you've gone, oh, I've actually played really well. And Robbo shot you down and went, no, you didn't, you just had tap-ins.
Ah, roll-ins, he said.
Yeah.
Now I remember now, yep. It wasn't 3-0 though. I think it was actually the last frame. I think it was 3-2. Oh, actually that was interesting because I went and showed him because I won that thing.
Yeah. That's why it was 3-0. You beat me 3-0 the round before,
I did
and then
too.
beat Robbo. And Rob's a great chance here for 3-0.
He is indeed.
And his weekend will be turned around dramatically from last night, from playing I've probably never seen Rob play worse than he did yesterday, to be fair to him. To then getting a massive scalp, which would probably be his first big scalp in a major event.
Yeah,
I know he got
for
you
his
at Big
confidence.
Guns, but
Yeah, look, I think he, and I'm not taking this away from Rob, but holy crap, did I play bad in that match? My God, I don't think I actually got going until about 10 frames in. But you can't just say that as an excuse. He was basically the better player. So
this White could be travelling here.
it's a good shot there from Jimmy. He's actually got a bit of a rough kick there.
You playing the cutback double under the yellow?
No, I think she
The
play the
top
ball
back,
long.
sorry,
Yeah. Not a well-controlled shot there from Pikey. Didn't need to bang that in. Don't know what he was thinking there.
It looks like he's trying to pop both here.
That's in. That's a great shot. Oh, it's pulled up.
Oh,
And you know that on upstairs, this is what's really weird about. You can actually see the aeroplane strip on the black spot where the balls get racked, where the impact spots all have an effect. So this cloth isn't as new, so it's a bit slow. Upstairs, it's brand new cloth, but different pocket cuts. So it's really, really. I feel it's very, very different. I don't know how all players go from player to player, whether they let that affect them or not, or whether they notice a difference.
It's very noticeable. I came down here this morning before my first match, and I was giving Barney a quick hit, and white ball was fine, everything was great, and then sure enough, you get called upstairs to play your match, and although I've won, the cue ball can't have been within 2 foot of where I wanted it in any shot during the whole match. It was insane.
Yeah, I think it's strange. I think some players adapt really quickly, and it doesn't bother them. I know I'm not a fast adapter. Oh, that's not a good shot. Oh, yes it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Maybe it is.
Shot.
That's a good shot. I thought he was going to go straight in off there, but he would have been
couldn't
rough.
have played that any better.
Yeah, he's cut off everything, hasn't he? Well, the up and down's still on, though. Tim?
Yeah.
You don't have to... There's a natural
it's tricky
angle there.
Because you want to dead weight it.
No, I disagree. I think you want to play it left cushion first and flick it in. That way it comes out to centre table.
Well, the centre table's no good. You'll have a barrier of 3 balls.
Yeah, sorry. When I say centre table, I mean below the balk line.
Yeah.
You know, so... What's he doing here?
It's a good effort. But I reckon Steve, looking at the table, I think Steve can get the bag here off the far draw.
Yeah, I think he sneaks it under and just sits it over the hole.
Mick goes, that's how you do it on the other table. Cushion first. Rob's got a ball off a break at 3-0 up against Justin.
Don't know who bought Justin the Calcutta, but he went expensive, didn't he?
1,000 first bid.
That's right. Who was that?
Alex Pace and Luke Webb.
I think opening up with 1,000 is not intelligent.
No. Especially when you get no second bid off, so then you don't know how much anyone was willing to go.
Oh, that's a bad shot. It's so important not to clip the red there on the way through. That is end of frame here. Can actually punch this thick.
Oh, still go off the yellow.
Well, would you have punched that thick and gone up the table?
I'd have wanted the white down the table.
That's what I mean. Punch it thick and go up the table. He's going to play for the opposite middle, though, yeah?
Yeah.
No, he's played that really well. Nice pace.
That's 2-all.
Not a good shot there from Steve. I think he's... No, actually, I'm just going to come out and say that was rubbish. Absolute trash bag shot.
Looking at the table over there, Rob's got one thing cut down the rail here to probably take a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, I think he's a weird unit, Rob. He seems to get. He is. I don't know mentally how he thinks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know him well enough as a person.
He's played
but
a great shot.
I just think that I think he doesn't believe in himself enough.
It's a
And
strange
that's rough
one
coming
because-
from me because I probably don't either. But
Yeah, it's a strange one because when he plays, he has sets with Scary or Jake or whoever at Potters. He actually gives them a good game and wins.
but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, even if you're just playing for 50 or 100 or whatever, it doesn't mean anything like a tournament.
yeah.
I think the issue for Rob is he probably has expectation himself to do well in a tournament and get a result, and he hasn't done that yet. I think if Rob was to win a tournament, the floodgates might start to open where he becomes more like
A
Jamo.
danger, yeah.
Yeah, like Jamo opened the floodgates up because he's starting to get results in tournaments, and he's just exceptionally dangerous now. You know, like, and he's learnt the game better too. You know, his white ball's much cleaner.
Yeah, Jamo was a bit susceptible tactically wise now, whereas I actually think he's quite underrated and he'll leave.
Yeah, he's worked out what
Yeah.
what you can do to make the game harder for your opponent, I guess, so to speak. So Mick's just starting to hit that a bit, but he'll still be happy with it. He's got good cueing. Oh, Jesus, Steve. He maybe tried to sit that.
That's not the worst result. Justin's dumped the white straight off the break as well.
Yeah, he's got the hand on the head. Mick Hodgetts is breaking away here, 4-1. Pikey may not have... he's probably thinking to himself, why do I stop drinking those Long Island iced teas?
Oh, he might have a day and a half to keep going.
Speaking of, I don't even know why I haven't got one because I'm empty. I'll be back in a minute. It's my shout apparently too.
What do you want in it, mate?
So just while I'm on my own here, James obviously tried to promote his red near the rail then. And he probably should have gone into it 2 rails as opposed to 1 to avoid hitting the yellow. With the congestion at the top of the table, it might be worth just looking for a way that you can chip both of these reds out, especially with the safe black as well, or safe-ish black, and sort of ask the question of Steve. Yep, that's what I mean. Just get them out down at under the table. See here, Steve's not really going to want to commit because he's going to be forced to play like a 3-ball plan. And I don't really see that red moving that far out of the way of the yellow that he hits first at some point. Oh wow, unless he's played a great shot there. He'll pot the one. What I'll be potting the one on the bag and screwing the red out of there. Guaranteed to be on a ball, you'd think, with the yellow being over the corner pocket. I don't like just dropping the ball in the middle. I'm not a fan of this unless that yellow sneaks past the red to play the plant, which it may do. It may be able to just graze past the red and cut the yellow back into the pocket. But no, he's not playing it, which is, I'm not a fan. Oh, that's actually a good job. I've not even seen that, and that's so obvious. Oh, he's not played that very well at all. I'd have sort of been, I know he's wanting to get down for this yellow next, but I'd have almost rolled that in slowly. Use the yellow that he was playing for as his last ball, dead weight, and then you're perfect on the double for the black. Now you shouldn't try and do too much here. Just focus on the plant. I don't want him to try and screw across and get the black out as well. Just oh, he's had a few. The cues came out of his bridge hand then. Oh, he'll feel a little bit hard done by there. Don't get me wrong, to catch the ball on the hole in the only place where it covers your ball. But if you've not got complete control of the ball you're hitting, then you can't really feel that hard done by. Still a lot to do here though, for James. Whenever you've got a couple of balls on a rail, there's always, even if he wasn't to get right behind this black, it'd still only be maybe a 7 out of 10, so you're still a 30% chance unless he gets right behind it. See, and that's the thing now, he's running out of balls, linking balls to the point that he's almost going to be forced to play the 2 rail balls as the last, whereas really he'd wanted me to drop in the red in to play for another red. See, if I'm playing the double, you're not going to get any better on it than you currently. Play the double, top on and off the cushion, leave yourself a half ball cut on the red to come back to the side rail. I think he's going for the extraction. See, and that's the thing. I know that's more of a snooker shot where that red, you're not really wanting to play it down the rail or play for a double. I just think you weren't going to get any better on it than that with linking balls still on the table. And Rob Bowen is on a black here for 5-0 against Justin. And in it goes, and that's 5-0 there to Rob Bowen. It's a very good performance from what I've seen looking over the 2 front tables. And it's going to be a long way back now as well. As I was saying to Jamie, Rob, although he's maybe not had the results in terms of going far in comps that he wants, he's not one that's not used to playing top players or practicing with top players. And he does hold his own, so Justin in danger here of probably not cashing in one of, say, the major 3 comps for the first time in probably since he was 15. Oh, he's a bit short there, Steve, on the double. He'd probably have to straighten this up with loads of bottom left hand spin, and even then on a newly covered table, he was going to be asking a lot. Still a little bit. Looking at the table, he's left James very straight on this red. It's almost he's going to have to screw back 2 or 3 inches and have a thin cut on the black. He's cued that nicely. Oh, and he's overcut it. And that is a gift that Steve will gladly take. Steve's having a laugh and joke about it now. No. You're in his eye line. You weren't in. I thought you meant camera shot.
I was in his eye line.
Yeah.
I reckon that's why he missed it.
No, he didn't hit it straight away. Rob Bowen 5-0 up on Justin. And at the table.
$5-0 Rob Bowen. Going off chops over there. I think it's fair to say Justin hasn't played his best pool this tournament thus far.
I was just saying then while you were gone that if Rob does get it, this has got to be probably out of, say, the major 3 of the crossover, ACT and Big Guns. It's probably the first time in 10 years that Justin won't have cashed. I can't
Yeah.
imagine him ever not. Obviously,
What is the cash here? Like, what do you got to do? Ah, just as in like
Just
to get some cash. Top 16.
16.
Where am I at? Am I in the top 16 yet or what?
no, you win your next one, you're in.
Where's my next one and I'm in? What do I get for that? Like 600,000 or what? 150. Yeah, that pays for a few Long Islands. 15 of them to be
So
exact.
salty. If you're in the last 8 on the winner's side now, the worst you can come is 9th, isn't it? Because
Look at Tim. He's calculating. He's
right,
calculating.
I'm
his
now
pot
getting the
odds.
prize fund up as well to see how many drinks I can
That'd
have
be right.
tomorrow.
You beat me, and then suddenly you're all about money. I see how it is.
Oh, money can't buy beating you, mate.
Have a look at Pikey there. He's just sitting there. He's sporting a beard like a king. He just takes a sneak peek over to the other tables and goes, "Look at this beard. Have a look at my beard." Gives himself a quick rub, checks his bicep. Yep, that's all good. I better cover that up. It's too big for everyone to see. RIP is on the sleeve. Yep, no worries. I believe that's the Chris Costello shirt, actually. Very special year for Victoria, that one.
And big dry break
Hang
there.
on. Steve Allarday's 3-1 up. I thought it was 2-all. 3-2 up.
3-2.
Should be 9-0 down. Haven't been played that many frames. He thinks he should be 9-0 down. Yeah, 3-2, yeah.
Oh, and Mick makes a mistake there. Gives Pikey 2 to get back in this match.
Yeah, it's not a good shot, and I felt Pikey hasn't played good at all so far in this match. But where there's a beard, there's a way. Even Halliday's just like, I'm going to put a bit of beard on me. And this is what's probably wrong with Jimmy at the moment. This is probably why he's trailing. He's no beard at all. He's really going to have to work on his beard throughout this match. Let's just see if he can get a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow going before it's too late.
Looks like Justin's going to get on the board at last in the back
I know this
table
sounds
there.
really dumb too, Tim, but like you're 5-0 up. You don't want to let him on the board.
Ah,
Yeah,
I know
like-
that feeling, mate. I was coasting against yourself at 5-0, and then it's not so much on the board. If it gets to 5-2, then all of a sudden you've gone from, as I was saying to you, thinking, oh, he's got to beat me 8-2, to, or if he wins the next one, then it's practically anyone's game again.
Yeah. Good little shot there from Pikey. Just a little soft
Love
stun into the
bump
black.
into the black, yeah.
And you've just got everything available to you. Don't punch this though. Just a little soft stun. Don't want to hardly. Yeah, beautiful shot. Don't want to move the black far. You don't want to push it into the yellow.
Really, you probably didn't even want to push it that far.
Yeah, I agree. Because now he's got a stun.
Yeah,
off
he's
the
got
ball
to
in the
play
middle.
a player shot in the middle, as opposed to just screwing back an
You
inch.
could run through this and play the thin cut up and down too if you don't like the
Yeah.
stun shot, but I think this is not that difficult really. A lot of people understun this because they're so like that.
Yeah.
And that's a really poor shot. You've really got to like walk around the table and go, okay, I've got a foot of error can
Yeah,
lean to be
a
really
margin
comfortable.
to-
Should still pot this. Good
There we
pot.
go, 4-3.
Well and truly back in this match now is Tormund Pike. Do you think the cut in the middle there, off the back rail into
I'll
the
bump
red
into
is
the
a
red,
chance?
yeah. A big chance. Because you've got so many, you can hit that red in about a quarter balls worth of different angles and it will still pot, so you've got that much choice in your line of the white going to tangent line.
Yeah, and I think you've got to be careful. If you hit it too thick, I think you're done, but I think you've got to hit it pretty thin.
Tell you what shot I don't mind is the red that doesn't go to the bottom left, flicking off that maybe half ball off the side cushion into the yellow and pushing the yellow to the bottom rail in between the red and the black. You're promoting your ball and killing a yellow.
I don't like it because all you do is just bring it straight out.
But then Steve comes back to the table and he's got 2 balls on a hole and he's all of a sudden only got 1 bad ball instead of 2.
He's playing your shot.
I think. Oh, he's
Oh,
gone
no.
the opposite
Oh,
way
wow, that's
and gone in
crazy.
off as well.
Yeah, that's actually a really bad shot. Like, I can't sugarcoat that. That's rubbish.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, that's rubbish. And not just from a inaccuracy point of view, just
shot
from a
selection
pure
point of
choice
view.
of shot. Yeah.
3-2 to Doc. Still a little bit of work to do.
Well, I'm assuming he's going to play the ball near the balk line in the middle off the red and open up the other one to the as a starting point. You're right, though. There's still a bit of stuff to do. Wow, he's hit that like
Oh.
a fairy.
That was almost 2.
What's going on there?
And the thing is, he's almost, well, I was going to say forced into playing the one on the hole, but he's not.
Jesus.
And you've never seen a
So, did you have replays?
That's
That's unlucky.
a break like
That's
that in your
really
life.
unlucky because that shit was next level right there. That's one of the best break-in-offs I've ever seen without touching the ball. Folks, if you want to replay that, just rewind your own feed, but that was sick. I think you should put that in your highlight reel, Salty, just quietly.
That'll make the 6 o'clock news.
And Pikey, really good control of the white there to
Yeah.
make sure he doesn't dump the white with 2. Keeps
Oh,
his 2 visits with
Been
an
a
open
horrible split though.
table. Yeah, it didn't split great. I feel reds myself.
Yeah. Oh, and he
Pikey
shouts
shut,
yellows.
He says, "Shut up, Solid. You don't know what balls I'm going."
Oh, great shot
Oh,
there
he's
by
gone a
Rob.
triple. You know what he said to me? He goes, he's going, grow a beard. Grow a beard and then know what you're doing.
Oh, this could be good.
I can't grow beards like
Oh.
I can't cover the central chin area with my growth. It just doesn't want. There's no follicles there. Now, I'm not actually sure what Pike was thinking with that double because even if he doubled it clean, what's the white doing? What's he
Yeah.
playing for?
He seems to be potting the open 4 balls and they're still going to have the issue with having 3 bad balls on a
Look at
table.
this shot.
Oh, he's jagged another
How
one.
the hell did he pot that?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't put his hand up though.
Mix looked at the ceiling going, you fair income or what? But Pike is like, no, I played for that.
I know he's gone to the. And then we'll just have a
Oh.
replay here of mixed break.
Oh, Pike is
Oh,
getting out
my.
all sorts of results. All right, look at this. This is the best break you'll ever see in your life. And go. How did you do this? Let's just check his action here, because I said he's got a pretty straight action. When you're ready,
I
Soldy.
was going to say forced into playing the one on the hole, but he's not.
Oh, that's why. He's done the big shovel.
You've
He's
never
done the
seen a-
pullback
Soldy,
shovel. Did you have replays?
You could try that one for the rest of your life and you're not getting
He
that.
did have a smile on his face when he did it, so. Even the trick shot players are
See,
looking at that
Pikey,
going,
if
good
you're
effort.
Pikey here, you should be playing the yellow, the bottom yellow, and just coming 2 rails gently. You still got your 2
rails.
shots.
I like stunning off the side rail here, mate.
I just think that you guaranteed a shot going the 2
Oh,
rails.
what's he doing here? Oh, actually, I know he was trying to hit that a bit harder.
Yeah.
So then he's just got the roll in and play the black down the rail. Jimmy's looking like he wants to level up at 3-all here. Needs to make sure he's got good angle for the top, or he'll just run through and play the. Yeah, okay, good
That's
shot.
perfect.
Yeah, that is actually perfect. Just got to drop it in now. Now, Pikey had a good look at this.
And that is 3-all.
Pikey had a good look at this before he played the previous yellow where he wanted to be.
Oh.
Played it well.
He's
Played it
actually
very
played that
well.
well to nudge the black even slightly more to the rail. And The thing is, this is a really hard shot upstairs, whereas from what I've spoken to people on these tables, they seem to suck them in.
Yeah, they are. Still missable, don't get me wrong. He hit that bad, actually. Hit that really bad. He sort of hit it into the
Yeah.
rail. And overhit too. Mick's just got this red that's stuck to the left side rail, a bit of an issue. Not sure if it goes off, if he wants to play it off the red off the red, but that's dangerous. Can play this as a nice little shot to nothing up the rail.
And on the other table, I've still not seen anyone consistently get a ball in all the matches today.
Off the break.
Yeah.
You seem to be doing all right.
Oh, upstairs against you, yeah. I actually broke really well, but against Greg the round before.
Oh, Justin has got so lucky there. Are you actually kidding me? He missed that by a foot, and it went off the yellow. And Rob's, have a look at Rob Bowen's face. He's like, you kidding me or what? Now it's 5-2.
He goes to get a drink.
Yep, he's doing the Ben Noonan toilet run. I wonder if he punches anything when he's in there. Pretty tall unit, Rob Bowen. Lucky not to hit his head on the door frame there at the top.
No beard, though.
No beard, no good.
3 rails for Pikey.
Oh, actually, even you've got a little bit of stuff going on there. You've recognised the beard. You've recognised the requirement for winning.
Unfortunately, puberty hasn't, and this is as thick as it gets.
McCartney thinks the formula to winning is wearing a really, really horrible beanie. Possibly the worst beanie I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know who bought it for him, or if he chose it himself, or what the story was, but...
I think he just steals them from Buddhas.
You what?
I think he just steals Peter Butterworth's from work.
I don't know what happened there. I reckon what's just happened is he's just got a whole bunch of different tea towels and just mixed them all together like Play-Doh, and it came out like that. And Mick Hodges will not chop this out up because he's just got to drop this in, and then he's got the easy runoff of 2 rails for the same pocket.
Ooh.
No, this is perfect, Tim. I like this.
See, I wanted more angle to swing it.
I think
want
he's
it to
good
be
here.
tight
No, I
on
think
the
he's
rail.
fine to swing this. Just play it with left-hand side. Just get through the white. I think he's good here, mate. Yeah, no worries.
I play that really well.
He actually didn't have a lot of side on that either. He just played it with plain top. I think he's swinging a bit more, but he's still good. He's a good clean pot too, Mick, I think. Well, no, that was an important frame for Pikey, that. 4 all. He was getting belted earlier.
All right, big frame in the context of the match for Rob and Justin. I reckon.
Absolutely.
I reckon 5-3. I reckon the bookies almost have Justin back as the edge.
Yeah, I think 5-3 and the Bowen sphincter starts to twitch a little,
And also the manner in which he's won the frame, we like to say with Fluke in the black when he's missed it by away.
I'm just trying to understand. I'm just trying to understand the Bowen shirt. I really am. He's got 2 big lines down his back. What does that even mean? And
He's got great eyes screwed straight in off though into the top. And it's funny how these things turn.
Absolutely. And look at the balls too. They're all on.
Yeah.
You can just see on the top right-hand side of your screen, that table, there's not a ball touching one another, and they're all open. I mean, imagine he's going to go reds. Jimmy's got a 3-ball plant. He doesn't take it on. Plays a good white.
He's good for 2 shots though. He's not hit a rail.
Didn't hit a rail.
Nope.
That's big.
And now Pikey goes enough on the break and leaves a very open table. If we get back to the split screen, Salty, we get
Go back
both
to
matches
2 tables, mate.
Yeah, Pikey's dumped the white there, and the reds are all there to be had.
Oh, good cut there from Steve. Very nice shot. Got a good little nudge on the yellow as well to really give himself some decent control.
He's nicely on the red now to just glance off the yellow and pot it and open up the other one.
You reckon that's on? I reckon he goes into the other one. I don't. Oh, hang on. I've got to stop commentating for a while.
Oh, okay.
My
We'll
stakes
have a break because
My
solid
500 gram steaks
special ordered in advance 500 gram
I'll be
steak
back
is
in
here.
10. Rightio, folks. Sorry for that delay. I just had a feed. Steve Halliday goes 6-3 up on Jimmy Miff. And just to let you guys know, after these matches, when the winners' matches go back on, the 2 stream matches will be Jake McCartney versus Travis Crawley and Joel Younger versus Temujin Dixon. A couple of good matches to come up. I'm going to say, I'm going to make the calls right now. I'm going to say that Jake flogs Travis 8-2. Pikey gets one on the board. He's can afford no more mistakes. 7-4 down. And I would think that a lot of people at home watching Steve Halliday v James Mifsud would have probably expected the scores to be reversed. But from what I've watched, Jimmy not taking his chances. James hasn't been playing much 8-ball, I'm tipping. And Steve been playing a lot. Just missed out in the stateside this year. If someone else pulls out, his name will get called up. But it looks like the Vic side's pretty much finalised now. Rob Bowen 6-3 on Justin Sage. Another potential upset as far as paper is concerned. And he's looking like going 7-3 on this final yellow. Not sure how straight he is on it. If he's got a bit of angle to float down. Actually, the way he's like lining that up, it could go into the red, so he's got a bit of angle. Just see it in the top of your screen on the right side. And he's on the black nicely. You can see the double line going down the back there on the T-shirt. What's that all about, folks? Can someone give me some insight and say what's going on there? Anyway, 7-3. Justin under the pump. Has a really, really good record at this tournament. And to exit this quickly would be pretty devastating to him, I would think. Oh, it's not a good shot there from Mick. Gives Pike an opening. And not as bad as they look, these balls, at first glance, because this shot to me is key. You want to try and land to the left side of the blue spot here. Give yourself a couple of options. If you can land nice and straight on the bottom of the 3 yellows to the right side that are in that small little cluster, you can open them up because you start freeing them up, and one will go to the left, to the right middle. So it's not as bad as it looks. So I would have liked to have come, as I said, more left side past the blue spot, but he's come a bit short. If you can actually see that if he had to come down another foot, he would have had much more choice of balls. Now he's really only got one choice, but he's still... And the reason I say one choice, the one he's eyeing off right now, the one on the right, the bottom of the 3, I don't think that's a good choice right now. I think this is a much better shot. Stun off a side cushion, try and get straight. Well, he was a bit straighter than I thought, but I don't like that. It's going into the yellows now. Potentially can create issues. I see the look on his face. It's a little bit of angst as well, like it's not ideal. And you don't want to stun this because you'll hit high on the yellow. So you've kind of got to punch into it, but not push it to the side rail. So he's just denying. I don't like this shot at all. Got to punch into the red here and hold it. Well, he's played it pretty good, but he's got a bit too much angle, I reckon, on this yellow. Can he just drop it in and be okay? Doesn't want to be on the bottom cushion here. That's really key. Oh, wow, he's missed that by a long, long way. And he's actually made those yellows really horrible. Meanwhile, Jimmy Miff looking to peg one back and in good position to do so. Nick Hodgetts plays a very, very deliberate overcut on the red. I think he's tried to pot it, but knows that if he overcuts it, He will have a good white. Pikey in all sorts here. I really do like the back door off the bottom cushion here. Try and play the yellow off the red in the middle. Just have a go at something. Wow, what a shot there from James. So Pikey did have a go at that shot, I've said. Hasn't been successful, and Mick with a good chance here to take the match. So where the white ball is right now, good for Mick actually to get it a little higher up the table, lower as you look at the screen, and more to the left. And this is overplayed. If he had been straighter on that ball, could have just played it straight and landed on the other one, like flicking into the yellow, but he's still a chance. That looks good there from Mick. This shot from Mick, don't expect to miss it to take the match, and the bearded one, Paul Pike, will be out of the tournament. The shake of the hand comes up. Pikey says, I'm going to get on it now. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure Pikey's going to go to the bar after this. Oh, tentative shot from Steve Halliday, but he's still okay. But he's got that dodgy red top left-hand side of the table, but he's got a little flick in here where he can promote the red on the cushion. Also has red on the balk line where he can play it off the yellow and open up. The only thing is, though, you can't just play it at a soft weight. You would need to hit it with a little bit of pace to clear the yellow offside cushion and back out again. So it's not simple. Has other options too, like to get on it to the top right-hand corner and stun into it as well. But what's he doing here? He's going to try and play it inside the yellow and take some control. Well, I guess he's figured, you know what, that yellow on the right side of the table that's near the middle pocket, it's a bit dodgy. I'll try and force the issue a little bit and open up my balls and say, well, I'm putting you under the pressure now. If you don't get these, I'm going to pot out. Dangerous proposal, in my opinion. Oh, and Jimmy has played a shocker. And I think that right there is a good example of him probably playing with the snooker white, where that would have topped through much further. And he was playing for the ball that I was speaking about earlier to the bottom right. Very, very good recovery shot, though. Plays a little swerve, gets a good white. Doesn't really leave Steve an easy shot. Could play the double on the ball on the left side table. Take the white up the top. Has a lot of advantages and a lot of benefits, that shot, because where the white's heading. He's going to deny it. I think the reason he's denying is because it cuts off the yellow to the bottom left, but well, he'll be happy with that, providing he has actually cut the yellow off to the middle. Might go long. Just looking at Jimmy's body language. He's looking at it bottom left. And indeed, well, he's tried to pot that, I think, but at worst knew it was going to cover the hole, get some control. He's in good shape though now, James. He's still got that dodgy yellow on the right side, but I know the red does go inside the yellow there, but you need to get in a specific area of the table, either in between the yellow and black or to the left side of the yellow. Both not simple areas to land in where the balls lie. And I think surely James now plays this ball long, takes it on. If it goes in, he knows he's out, or a good chance to go out. If it doesn't go in, he's still not feeling that bad, although there is a chance, so you just got to be careful here. For me, these are very gettable. If you actually have a good look at the table, it's, as I said, the positional shot on the red that's at the bottom left is really a big key. I know these two that are on the right-hand side that are stuck together look dodgy, but you've got the linking ball straight off in the middle where you can just land straight on the left-hand side one.
Should I get on the commentary and, be a snooker player commentary to 8 ball? Could he handle it? Would he handle it? Maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, he's playing with a lot of left-hand side. Right-hand side, sorry.
Words about this match here.
Not a good shot there from Steve, actually. Didn't need to do that. I know why he hasn't taken the ball in the middle, because he wants to play the ball in the middle and he wants to go into these reds and open them up. Like, he wants to try and make them easier. But he doesn't need to do that.
Russ is going to do the commentary from New South Wales. Not.
That's a good shot because he has got the angle I spoke about, but still, if he doesn't cannon these right, he's going to actually be on nothing. So to me, I thought taking it early was a better option, but and once again, too, I also spoke about at the start of this visit where he needed to land in a specific area on this bottom left red, and it's not as simple as it looks on screen. You've either got to land where he's kind of lined his cue up there or more in between yellow and black. Both options need to be quite precise, especially with the layout of the balls. So look at this. Well, it's not horrible. It's not awesome either. I'll tell you what I really like here. I like playing this in the middle off two, left side, top cushion, left side cushion, and try and get to sort of near the blue spot, just to the right of the blue spot. It's a tough shot, don't get me wrong, but it's a sort of shot you've got to full-bloodedly play with confidence. You can't try and will it in. You've actually got to cue it. You've got to play it with confidence. You've got to let it run off the two. I think he's doubling this. Oh, no, he's just dropping it in. I don't see this as easy.
Did Travis go through?
He's got to play this with some decent pace and get to the left side table, basically near the side rail. This is tough. So you can see right now where he wants to be. This is tough. He's missed the pot, and he was nowhere near the line either. It really was a tough shot, that. He's even overcut that, which actually shows how far away he was off it. Because if he had to pot it clean, he wouldn't have even landed there. shot from James. We'll try and flick the red out of the way here. Open up the path to the yellow. Doesn't have to do anything special, just punch it. Just punch it off the side rail. Maybe a touch of right-hand side. Go into it full. Wow, I don't like that. He's actually tried to sneak underneath the red. Much better just come off the side rail and punch into it. You know you're going to be on the bottom right. He's trying to be cute, though, and just sneak past the red. Now there's work. Decides to pull up. Not the worst choice in the world. Geez, he's down on this quick, Steve. He hasn't even walked around the table or anything to have a look at options. He's just straight down on this. And I'll tell you what, that's why he's double kissed it, because he's just got straight down on it. Not really had a good look at what's going on. It doesn't hurt to walk up the other end of the table there and just have a quick glance, and you might spot something you like. Big shot this from James. Well, he's actually tried to play safe and he's found the in off. That's not a good shot. Obviously, if he gets the white ball, he was trying to miss the red and leave a good white. But I don't even know what Steve's looking at here. Just pot out. What is he actually doing? It's short by a long way. Still has two, though. Probably played a little bump-up shot, but just unnecessary pressure. Oh, he's played that quite well, actually. He's opted for the thin cut rather than trying to judge the pace. It's smart. It's a good shot. So on the hill, Steve Halliday against James Mifsud, 7-4. And Rob Bowen in the background. Steve's in the way of the table, but is at the table at 7-4 up with a chance to win the match. And you can't see Tem in shot, but he's like desperately willing it on. Paul Pike, tournament over. On it. Something to eat and get a drink, says Pikey. I've already done that. James went in off. Rob Bowen in the background. Chance to knock out Justin Sage. Big break there from Steve. Finds a couple of reds. Awkward, though, the way the balls have landed. Won't be overexcited about it. Tell you what, Rob Bowens just played a shot that's just put him out of position, and he's 7-5 up. If he does lose his frame, he goes to 7-6. Just got to wonder what his mindset's going to be like. He's already showing negative signs, like he's doing the whole head rub, the scratching of the head. All those sort of things are negative body languages. Tell you what, I don't know if this goes in the middle. Doesn't go. Oh, you're right. I can see the tail myself. I'm an idiot. Oh, he hasn't played that well. Well, he's got a little bit of a coverage, but as it stands, he's not in a good position. Although there's clusters everywhere here, it's not, I guess, ideal for both players. Don't know if I agree with that shot from Jimmy. And it'll be interesting to see what sort of stones that Steve's got here. And the reason I say that, I guess in a non-conventional way, is that if he can flick off the left-hand side of this red really thin, where he's not going to pot the yellow, but he opens up the red, it'll just put a bit of pressure on on James. He's doing it. Yep, I like that shot. He hasn't got a great result, but I like that he's actually spotted that shot. It was killing him, that ball, and he's dealt with it. And I know there's probably, I don't know, 100 people at home going, well, duh, that was pretty obvious. But to pull the trigger on that shot at that distance where you know you've got to hit it pretty thin, it's much easier to pull that trigger from your armchair. I've got one. Justin has got the 7-6. And Rob, I just have to feel Justin's the frame down, but he's moved to favourite. His composure in general is better than Rob's. His experience is higher. Oh, good shot there from no, never mind. I thought that was in. Still horrible clusterage. Can play another little flick off here, Steve, and try and play the white ball to the bottom cushion. Doesn't want to play it. Wow. Actually, if that holds, that's a good shot. He's cut off the yellow inside the pocket. I like that shot. Tell you what else I like here is James potentially playing yellow onto the red over the hole. Wouldn't really leave an easy out. by giving 2. I don't even know if he'll even spot it being a snooker player. I don't think he thinks that way about the game. But to me, it's a moral of a shot to play. And it's really hard to get wrong too, especially if you even catch a cushion first. You're taking the yellow into the red, so it's really hard to leave a gap. The way unless you hit it really bad, even if you overcut it and you catch the left side of the red, it's going to cover the red. The only way you can do is hit it really full, and it sticks there. And it's not a good shot, and he knows it. I'm just wondering now if Steve just plays a delicate little stun, plays the red into the other red that's stuck to the yellow, and just holds the white behind the yellow that's closest to the red he's about to hit. And just open everything up, put the pressure on. He's 7-4 up. That's the shot, in my opinion. He's not got the greatest result. But I think that the choice of shot was correct, just didn't get probably the layout that he wanted off the reds. And Jimmy's still in like a lot of trouble here. Well, I would never be doing this. He's basically just said, you know what, have a crack. He's asked a question. Oh, why not play that on the left side and force him to play the 2 on the cushion, where it's not a guaranteed pot. This is a guaranteed pot, which means a chance of position and a chance of a finish. Needs to clear this yellow. Needs to clear this yellow. Hasn't cleared the yellow. Felt that he needed to go past it, high side. Even if he pots this, he's still got work. Wow. He'll cop that, actually. He'll cop that all day. But yellow at the bottom end of the table goes underneath the red, opens up the other balls. Tough shot from here, but a chance. And you know Mr. Bean's not going to say no to it. Good shot. Jeez, you should see Tem's looking around at me every 3 seconds because Rob Bowen is a chance. You can actually see top right of your screen there. Rob Bowen's on his last red. Looks like he's got an angle just to stun into the yellow and hold for the black. Doesn't look that hard from here. He's played it well. If he doesn't win from here, he needs to walk out the door. Justin Sage about to exit the tournament. He is out. Justin Sage is out of the tournament, folks. A multiple killer crossover winner is exiting early. Good shot from Jimmy. I don't know if Rio's still watching, but she's a bit of a queen of what are they called? Head-to-heads. You know, they put a picture next to each other. What are they called again? Lookalikes. I think what she needs to do is take a still shot of Jimmy when he should stand at the table, and then Rowan Atkinson, and put them together. And just you'll see. You won't even see the difference. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I'm alone here. Mate, I'm not worried about shoulder broadness. I'm just worried about the head. I'm just saying he looks very much like Mr. Bean. I think I got a good case there. Geez, I don't know what Steve's doing here. He's trying to play his red off the red. This is a tough shot. Going into the black. Oh, he's played it well. He's played it masterfully. What a shot.
Sagey's gone down to 6.
And this is for the match too, folks. This is big.
He would have heard.
There are seeds dropping like flies all of a sudden. Oh, here we go. Salty's got the pictures up. I'm telling you, I'm looking now. I can't even tell the difference.
Is this Misfit? Is he pointing at it, Misfit? Are you pointing at it? Close.
I'm telling you.
He's not as funny.
Salty's onto it. So, Steve Halliday, don't try and be cute with the white here and miss the pot. Wow, he's actually underhit it.
Stop it, Sol.
Look at that, folks. What do you reckon? You haven't even picked up one of the better pictures, I reckon. He's 100 in there. He's 100 in that photo, but it gives you an idea. So Steve Halliday continues his campaign in the killer crossover, 8-4 up on James Mifsud. And I'll tell you what, that loser side of the draw is opened right up now. We'll take a break, folks. Winner side matches will resume on these tables at around 8 p.m, I believe. I actually won't be commentating this because I'll be playing myself in the loser's side. But as soon as I become available, I will jump back on and dribble some more for you folks.